Christian Pulisic gets a brace as Chelsea put 5 past Red Bull Salzburg. Watch until the end of this review to hear all of my thoughts on today's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my review of the game which took place earlier on today between Red Bull Salzburg and Chelsea, which Chelsea ended up winning by 5 goals to 3. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this video is that firstly, I'll be giving you guys the lineup that Frank Lampard fielded at the start of today's match. Then I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on the match itself. And lastly, I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's final pre-season fixture, which will be played at RBSCHE Park against Borussia Mönchengladbach. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So kicking things off with the lineup that Frank Lampard fielded at the start of today's match, and as always, starting off with the formation. Yes, it was a 4-2-3-1 yet again, and in terms of the personnel that Frank Lampard chose to start the game, he went with Kepa in goal, he went with a back four from right to left of Cesar Azpilicueta, Kurt Zouma, David Luiz and Emerson Palmieri. He went with a midfield 5 of Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho in the 2 deeper midfield roles, with an attacking midfield trio from right to left of Pedro Rodriguez, Ross Barkley and Christian Pulisic, with Tammy Abraham up front by himself. So that was the lineup that Frank Lampard fielded at the start of today's match. And yes, in my preview I did say that Willian and N'Golo Kante should start. My mistake, I did not realise that they were not fit enough to play. But yes, that is the lineup that Frank Lampard fielded at the start of today's match. Now for my thoughts on the match itself, and as always, starting off with the first half. I thought that early on in the first half, Red Bull Salzburg pegged us back and they caused us a lot of trouble. Although as the first half went on, we grew more into the match and we did start to create a few chances of our own. In the 20th minute, Christian Pulisic made it 1-0 with an excellent low drive which went straight into the bottom left corner on his side. Shortly after we made it 1-0, Christian Pulisic won us a penalty, which Ross Barkley dispatched very well, straight into the bottom left corner on his side again. And 5 minutes after that, Ross Barkley puts Christian Pulisic through with a superb through ball, and he then made it 3-0 with an absolutely sexy chip, which went over the keeper and straight into the bottom corner, and it was 3-0 at half time. And towards the end of the first half, I have to admit that Chelsea were able to relax and pass the ball more freely, and overall I thought that it was a good first half. We were very clinical and very composed, particularly towards the end of the first half, like I said. But yes, that's it for my thoughts on the first half. Now for my thoughts on the second half, and to be honest, it didn't start too well for us. Red Bull Salzburg got one back in the 51st minute, and it was poor defending. It came from a corner, I think it was, and we just allowed the player to peel off our defence and get a header in, and like I said, poor defending. Pedro made it 4-1 though, with an exquisite flick on his weaker left foot, and Ross Barkley was the player who put in the cross. Shortly after that, Davide Zappacosta, who came on for Cesar Azpilicueta, conceded a penalty, which I'm sorry should have been avoided, which ended up being converted, and that was when they made it 4-2. Batshuayi came on for Tammy Abraham and made it 5-2 in the 88th minute. The ball went straight into the top of the net. Brilliant goal. The keeper had absolutely no chance. And Red Bull Salzburg made it 5-3 in added time. Overall, it was a decent performance and some excellent goals were scored. However, defensively, we were shaky at times. However, Frank Lampard will prefer defensive mistakes to be made now rather than during the season or during the course of the season. But yes, overall decent performance, and that's it for my thoughts on the game. Let me know what your thoughts on the game are down in the comment section below, and as always, I'll do my best to respond. Now to conclude this review, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's final pre-season fixture, which will be played on Saturday with kickoff at 4 PM UK time, with the game taking place at Borussia Park against Borussia Mönchengladbach. I think that this should be an interesting game. However, I do think that we are going to have to take this game seriously, as it is Chelsea's final pre-season game before our season opener against Manchester United at Old Trafford. I also believe that Frank Lampard may have found the strongest team in which he could field at the moment, as it took him over 70 minutes to make changes. Now, that's not including N'Golo Kante or Willian, of course, because I'm pretty sure that Frank Lampard will include N'Golo Kante somewhere in the lineup. It just depends on what formation in which he's going to go with, although I'm pretty sure it's going to be the 4-2-3-1. But yes, that's it for my thoughts on Chelsea's final pre-season fixture, and that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you very soon for some more videos. Like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and like I said, I'll see you all very soon for some more videos. Come on you Blues, come on Frank Lampard, let's celebrate Chelsea's 5-3 victory over RB Salzburg, and peace.